Now, a small amount of aid has made its way into that same neighbourhood in Gaza City, but it's far from enough for Palestinians desperately in need. Israel is still limiting what supplies go into the northern part of the Gaza Strip. Moath al-Kahlout reports from Sheikh Radwan.
It is nearly 4 months for preventing the aid to be distributed for the Palestinians in the Gaza Strip. And I'm talking to you from one of the aid distribution points in northern Gaza, while a few trucks made its way here, secured by the clans. As you can clearly see in the picture, a few amount of aid packages here. And outside this aid distribution facility, hundreds of Palestinians waiting to receive one of these packages. This is how it's looked like outside the aid distribution point here in Sheikh Radwan neighbourhood. A very, very long line waiting for the aid to be distributed. As you can clearly see in the frame, this is the situation here at the moment. All of these people are so happy that they will not risk their life anymore to the Zikim area and Netzarim corridor to get some of the aid packages. At the moment, all of these people are so happy that the aid will be distributed inside the Gaza Strip and they don't have to risk their lives anymore. Moath al-Kahlout, Al-Jazeera, Sheikh Radwan neighbourhood, Palestine.
Well, joining us now from Gaza City is Amjad Shawa, who's the director of the Palestinian Non-Governmental Organizations Network. Thank you so much, Mr. Shawa, for being with us on Al Jazeera. I know you've been deeply involved in aid coordination on the ground in Gaza. Can you tell us first how the Israeli blockade has affected people's ability to get food in Gaza, especially people who've been displaced, families who've lost their homes?
Thank you. We are witnessing kind of an engineered starvation imposed by the Israelis. This is what we have since the early beginning of this war, mainly on the 2nd of March when the ceasefire was collapsed, and we have this tightening of the blockade in Gaza Strip. Few trucks loads which entered in Gaza, whilst we used to have 600 trucks a day of different humanitarian aid items, we only have number of trucks which is entering every week, which is mainly flour, which is getting to Gaza and the south. And the Israelis just entered to the roads and refused to be distributed through the distribution points in the different areas of Gaza Strip, which is something that in Israel shown that Israel insists to have chaos in Gaza Strip instead of this humanitarian system.
Right.
The starvation in Gaza is led to such a humanitarian catastrophe, and we have 70,000 children who are suffering from acute malnutrition and their lives in danger. 110 children, according to UNICEF, they are admitted to the hospitals because of their malnutrition conditions, whilst we have nothing to deliver to these children who are suffering due to this humanitarian conditions.
Let me ask you, Mr. Shawa, and I will get to the situation inside the medical facilities and hospitals in Gaza in a moment. I wanted to ask you about the aid sites, aid distribution, food distribution sites, I should say, that the Israelis and Americans have set up, they say, to help people in Gaza get food. These are at certain locations only in central Gaza, near the Netzarim corridor, in the south as well. Has that helped in any way? We have seen, of course, people killed, Palestinians killed in attacks near those distribution sites. But have they been helpful in any way at providing any sort of food to people?
It's not distribution sites. It's kind of military basements with full meaning. And it's a grave violation to the humanitarian principles that was described by the UN different agencies and by the Secretary General of the UN himself and our people themselves. It's kind of insulting, killing traps for our people here, that the Israel weaponized the aid with full meaning, that they are getting the people to these traps to be killed, shot, and to be insulted. There is no civil procedures taken on these sites, and people were shot, targeted by the Israeli tanks and by the Israeli snipers. And there is no medical point. People had to walk for 2 hours in order to reach the first One, and we are talking about only 4 sites, which is based on the south. This mechanism get out in order to serve the Israeli agenda. First, to displace the people from Gaza north to the south, and the second, to destroy the humanitarian structure, which is respecting the humanitarian principles, and to be replaced by a military mechanism. The third, which is the deportation of the Palestinians. That Netanyahu himself declared this. We're talking about very small amount of aid which is entered through the GHF. And 570 people were killed. More than 3,500 people injured in these sites. And we are calling on all the actors in order to stop this mechanism and to enhance the humanitarian structure, the UN, mainly UNRWA, and the NGOs and the national NGOs.
I was going to ask you about that. I mean, with the world right now focusing on other conflicts, on Iran, Israel, what do you think people are missing today about what's happening inside Gaza? And what is your message to the world?
Thank you. It's the real time now. We are passing through the most difficult, critical time on this war. While my people are, every day we are losing more than 100 people a day. Most of them children, women. Thousands are injured. People are suffocated due to this starvation, thirst, and the denial of our protection, which is the basic request. We are calling for the protection of civilians, to stop this war, to open the crossings, to get in the aid. We have 130,000 tons of aid which is waiting outside the borders, and people are in need for everything. Basic needs we are asking to get in Gaza. Mainly, the main thing that it's protection for the people in Gaza. We have thousands of patients who need to be referred outside to get medical treatment. Chronic patients who are in bad need for their medical medicines. So it's basic requests, but it's saving the lives of the people in Gaza on such critical time that we are passing through.
I hope the world hears your message, everyone hears your message. Thank you so much for speaking to us, Mr. Amjad Shawa, Director of the Palestinian NGOs Network, joining us there from Gaza City.
Thank you.
Don't miss out. Get the full picture. Subscribe to Al Jazeera for reliable news and expert insights. Like, share, stay ahead.